Guys, what's going on, Tech Squad? What's going on with everybody? So the MVP is heating up. The two that are balling for this MVP is Adrian Wilson and Caitlin Clark. Now, I think be, if if Adrian Wilson won the MVP last season, won the MVP last season, it would be a whole different story. She would still be up for the MVP this year because she basically, when you look at what Adrian Wilson is doing, and when you look at what Adrian Wilson is doing, she has had 41 back-to-back games, averaging 34 points a game, 13 rebounds for the Aces, and I think Adrian Wilson should when then I think you should split the rewards. Like I said, you should split the rewards. I think Adrian Wilson is having an MVP year. Is having an MVP year. It would be totally different if she won the MVP last year. I mean, totally different if she won the MVP last year. I think this year she's more motivated to get that MVP and get get the Aces another championship banner. That's what I think it is for Adrian Wilson because she has been dominating and before Caitlin Clark came along in the the MVP race. Before Caitlin Clark came along in the MVP race, it was it was going to be Adrian Wilson's MVP. But now Adrian Wilson got some competition. Got some competition for the MVP. She's got some competition for the MVP. Now I'm going to say this: Adrian Wilson and Caitlin Clark are both amazing WNBA players, and we have to give credit where credit is due for the WNBA players that came before, that paved the way, like Sue Bird, like Lisa Leslie, like Maya Moore. But I do think when you look at MVP, both of these MVP runners ups now, because basically before Caitlin Clark's name was in the mix for MVP, everybody was saying the MVP should go to Adrian Wilson. Everybody was saying that. And I'm definitely going to say this. You should flip the rewards. You should flip the rewards for MVP, for Rookie of the Year, for Sixth Player, for Most Improved. Like, you should flip the rewards. Because I think what Aja Wilson is doing is amazing. 41 back to back point games. She won a gold medal this year. Aja Wilson won a gold medal this year with Team USA. Um, she she has had 41 back-to-back games. She won a championship last season. She's probably going to be winning a championship this season. Probably going to take the MVP. But when we look at Caitlin Clark, when we look at Caitlin Clark for how she's doing, she was she's still in the runner up for rookie of the year and Caitlin and WNBA players made it tough on Caitlin Clark coming into the W. Um, a lot of the WNBA players made it tough on on Caitlin Clark coming into the W, and she has responded to them making it tough on her. Because when we look at what Aja Wilson is doing and what Caitlin Clark are doing, is amazing to see. Because I'm going to bring this up. It's kind of like a comparing um he compared that Magic Johnson was in the NBA in the '90s. In the NBA in the '90s, I think Magic Johnson was up for Rookie of the Year and MVP. So I'm comparing that to Caitlin Clark. But with both of these players he up for the MVP, it's like we're going to debate on who deserves it more. I'm just going to say like I think Aja Wilson and Caitlin Clark has both been balling. Like Angel Reese was balling before her injury, which I hope Angel Reese comes back 100% better. But I think I think it should when it comes down to who wants to see win MVP, who wants to see win Rookie of the Year. Like when we see what Aja Wilson is doing back to back 40-point games, won a gold medal this year with Team USA, and when we see what what Caitlin Clark has done. Came into WNBA as the first pick overall. She the WNBA players made it tough for Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark had to live up to prove had to prove um that she I think Caitlin Clark she had big expectations because when you come into a draft or into a league, you have big expectations. And being the number one pick overall, you have big expectations. But I do think with how Caitlin Clark having the triple double record in a rookie season. I think she has probably like 300 assists right now, 300 something assists right now for Caitlin Clark. And I think like everybody's going to say that Caitlin Clark has been balling. Yes, every WNBA player has been balling in the WNBA this year and last year. Every WNBA player has been balling in the WNBA. Let me just point that out. But when you look at what these two are doing, when you look at what Aja Wilson is doing, a gold medal this year, probably going to win another championship. She's she's got competition now for the MVP and Caitlin Clark, and she has had 41 back-to-back games this year. I just think at this point, like it should go to probably both Adrian Wilson and Caitlin Clark because I think I think when you look at it, they both has had amazing seasons. And the playoffs are coming up for the W. So when you look at that from a standpoint, you gotta say it's either going to go to Asia or it's either going to go to Asia Wilson. It's probably going to go to Asia Wilson, but it's either going to go to Caitlin Clark. But people are going to have their own opinions on this. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there and stay blessed, everybody, and peace.